Greetings and welcome into Ankh Plays. Thanks for joining me today here in the Fortress of Anvilseal, where we continue in the year 58 with our fortress 122 dwarves strong, couple of children, and hopefully with some moods beginning to stabilize for most of our dwarves. And a couple of goals that we have for this particular episode is that we want to get our bolt thrower training facility in a different spot. And the reason that I want to do that is simply the fact that I don't think there's a way for them to retrieve the bolts. And so what we are going to do is we are going to make a rather large building. And we don't really have the alunite for this. So we're just going to go ahead and make this out of gabbro. And we're going to put some targets down here at the end. Once we, of course, get this building defined. And then we're going to make a little place for the bolts to fall down to the elevation below that, which would be 49. And there's a bunch of space down here for this particular area, so that's great. And we're just going to go ahead and make a little setup here that allows us to have the bolts fall down below, and then we can go pick them back up again. I'm still not entirely certain as to the reason for why we're not getting bolts assigned to other places, but we'll have to figure that out here. Let's do that. And then we're going to go along here, like so. And then we're going to go ahead and ask our miners to do some channeling here. And in fact, you know what? I think I want to wait on that. We've had bad luck with channeling in this fortress. So we're not going to do that just yet. We are going to make some stairs. And those stairs are going to go down to there. And then this will be the area where they can gather those bolts from downstairs. And I've done this design before once. And it's not bad. But it does take a little bit of preparation. Let's see. I'm going to go that far. One more. And then we'll just have the bolt throwers lined up here with some ammo stocks, probably right along here. Maybe one up just so we've got some space. And then our targets will be aligned over here. And so let's see. Can do that. Yep. And I think that'll work. Yes. All right, so now it's time for floor, of course. We'll build ourselves a nice gabbro training center. We'll go down here, put some floor in downstairs, and that should give us a good start for what we're dealing with. Now, before I get too far into this and start winding time forward, if we go back up to the surface, or to near the surface, the entrance, you'll notice that we've completed our trade, and our caravan has become very, very much richer, if that's a way that you can say it. We ended up trading an enormous amount of food, and you can see that our stockpile didn't even dwindle by all of that much. Our drinks did go down quite a bit, though. In fact, we traded about 600 worth of wine and dwarven beer away, maybe even some rum. I wasn't really paying too close attention. And so we've dropped down here. This is going to cause the stills to kick in. And, of course, you can see that there's a few brewers that are actively working on that, which is totally fine. I'm really happy to see that, actually. Gives the dwarves something to do. And then also, we'll end up using some of these plants that we just have sitting around, which, obviously we're not using. So some of them are just, you know, going to waste here. The pigtails obviously not, but we still have an enormous amount of food down here as well. Now, something else that I was going to mention as well, and before I do that, I'll finish describing the trade. So we traded a whole bunch of consumables, food, beer, wine, etc., etc., and we basically took all of the traders' bolts, all of their wood, a good portion of instruments, musical instruments, and all of the flux stone and coal that they had, or bituminous coal, or you know, anything like that. So I think we came away with, you know, a lot of things that we actually really needed, or I think that we need, and you know, didn't really have too much to worry about in terms of, you know, we could have obviously traded them even more food, and I could have taken their entire instrument stock, but at some point we're going to run out of places to put instruments. So, you know, I don't know if that's going to make a big difference, but it is one of those things. So here we go. We'll get back to constructions here. You guys can resume constructions. The dwarves have been busy while we've been at work. Throw a door on this thing. What is this? Why are you starving? Oh. Did she not take her pet of somebody? She didn't take her... Medtob did not take her goat. What if I do that? Are we having goat? I'm really surprised. This is probably kind of a corner case. Because Medtob was incarcerated at the time that she was expelled. And so one of the things that I was thinking might happen is she was actually destroying the prison cell, which was kind of making me mad, as you probably remember. And so hopefully you're leaving. If you're not leaving, then I don't know what to say. You shouldn't be starving, though. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. It looks like, though, that she's making her way off of the map. It's just weird, though, because, like I was saying, I wonder if that impacted the fact that she did not go and get her pet goat. Well, hopefully Deller catches up with her. You know? Hey, it's looking nice. It's not surprising to see these canceled here. I'm guessing no migrants? No migrants. It's all right. And we have a few more here. Let's get this all cleaned up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, they have to come down here and get the blocks and then come all the way back up and around, which, I mean, isn't that bad, I suppose. And the traders are going to be leaving soon, which is fine. Again, we accomplished what we were aiming to accomplish there. And you know what? I think before we... Let's move these archery targets. Just going to start migrating everything over. Perfect. Because these guys are still trying to load these. Right? Like, no job. No job. Yeah, you're trying to load the bolt thrower. And now we go to no job. So it seems like we have a whole bunch of load bolt thrower jobs. Yeah, that just aren't happening. So I think we've got some... Yeah, we probably need to... Let me see if we've got any kind of... equipment. A whole bunch of copper bolts. That's for training. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on there. We can come back to that, but we want to reset these archery targets, and we're going to take these guys down as well. And it remains to be seen what we will use this area for. I'm sure we can find some reason to use it. It seems like, though, for the most part, these types of areas, especially the areas over here on this side of Idgim, especially since there's not a real good way to get there aside from coming up these staircases here, this is probably a good place for temples, maybe the throne room. I'm not really entirely certain what we want to put over here, but it needs to be something, meaningful, obviously. But what is the question? And there's not really the only way that you can get to it is by, going down through the residence quarter or the residence hall and then coming back up. So, yeah. Let's delete that. Apricot wood bin. This will just sit. That's okay if it sits, It's not the end of the world. Slated for removal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10 archery targets there, and if we drop down here... This is just, oh, it's just made out of rhyolite. All right. I guess we don't need... Oops, that's not what I want. One gabbro here, right? Don't want any stray arrows. Okay, somebody's picking that up. All right, now we can let the miners come through. Something was born. Another yak calf. Okay, so interesting. So the goat, it looks like, is leaving. Dellen. A little bit of a... Or Deller, sorry. It's a little bit of a wandering goat. You can do it. And, you know, I just noticed this too. We've got another giant fly out here. And, oddly enough, caravan's leaving. Oddly enough, we did find out that we are able to butcher and eat giant flies. Now, I don't know who would find that as a delicacy, but is that a bear? It's a giant wombat. Okay, well, that's the first time I've seen one of those on the map. Hello, Mr. Wombat. Oh, that's all the merchants. It's a grazer. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on because we have the... Yeah, you're gonna get beat up if you're not careful there, Mr. Wombat. I don't know, have no idea if that thing is dangerous or not. Let's get rid of that skeleton there. These guys are getting ready to leave. And we'll drop down here. Everything's been torn apart, which is good. And yeah, so now we've got this little place where the bolts are going to fall. And yeah, let's put an ammo stockpile here. Yeah, that's kind of not descriptive. Let's go. Let's make it bolt thrower training, shall we? Or training. And we'll throw ammo in there. And we should have enough materials to make some more bolt throwers here. Well, that wasn't the way that I wanted that to go, but that's all right. We'll check on this cow now. I did not think of it, but maybe this year I will get rid of some of our yaks. I know I said that earlier, but, you know, really, like, I do mean it. It's a matter of just remembering it during that time. Lovely. Maybe we'll just make 3 of those. Take a look at Deller. You can do it. Go on. Yeah, go find your mother. Probably at Coal Ponders by now. I hope you make it. The last person that we expelled, or the last dwarf that I expelled, I ended up not having an issue with that at all because they just took their pets and up and left, you know. I don't know why that is. I don't know why it didn't happen that way for Medtob. That goat was actually lucky that it didn't. That I thought better of eating it, because I'm sure that the dwarves are tired of yak. There's only so many different ways you can prepare yak before it becomes, you know, a little bit too much. Let's take a look at our kill box. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, 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 well Somebody got a hold of some arrows. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, we've got at least a few of them that are loaded. That's 25. That one's fully loaded. That one's fully loaded. Don't have very much iron bar. What about copper? Got plenty of gold, a lot of silver. Okay, way tons and tons and tons of copper. Lots of steel. That's good. Something appealing about lead bars as well. I don't know if they make good crossbow bolts. Yeah, something's buggy with these things, man. I don't understand this. Like, some of them are getting loaded. I guess they're getting loaded ever so slowly. This kind of needs to be reliable, otherwise there's no real reason for us to have them. It's quite alright. We want good siege operators, you guys. I'm convinced. I'm very convinced. Is that Seabrick? It looks kind of like, yep, it is. Lovely dwarf 3, 4, 5. This is training 6. Lovely dwarf that he is. 7, 8. This will make this 9. Ooh. Giving birth to a girl. Traction. Oh, she was injured a while ago, if I remember correctly. Let's take a look at that real quick. Pause. Let's finish. I think this is 4. Is that the 3rd child? I think it's the 3rd child here, born in our great city. One more. Can we place it, is the question. Oh yeah, no problem. Alert. Let's go take a look at traction real quick. Maybe I'll check my notes too, because it would be nice to know. Should be training 7 here. And we'll check and see if these are getting loaded. Okay, well, that's not really helpful now, is it? Traction. This was the dwarf that you may remember. Oh, and she's right here, actually. Desktop page tools. Her only daughter is Enith Desisadil. Gosh. Let's see here. Traction. Kel is injured. Yeah, back in episode 42. I don't remember exactly how she became injured, but I think she was injured in the construction of the Hall of Remembrance. At least that's what I'm going to say. And is she on our watch list? She does have a nickname, but that doesn't always mean that she's on the watch list. It doesn't look like it. Just a dwarf of note. And lots of passing acquaintances. No real deep friendships here in the fortress that are forming. 70 years old. She wants martial training, which I'm going to add her to the list for the new squad. And you can be on that new squad there, Kel. Traction is what they call her. It's because she was laid up for so long. And then when we made the traction benches, she was back on her feet in no time. Let's go back over here. Let's get to know this baby. Zero years old, Enith Decicidil. This kind of sounds like a flower, if you ask me. Snarledwald is what it translates to, roughly. And yeah, cute little tyke here. Patient, perfectionist, poor empathy, extravagant, high willpower, and not easily depressed. Definitely like that, given some of our more recent arrivals or more recent happenings here. Daga, she says. She knows her mother and father. And she's a worshiper of Udar, which, you know, that's good. Bright future ahead of you there. We're going to call her Flower. Just because Decicidil sounds like a daffodil. And I like that idea. You're welcome. One of the new children in the fortress. Do we have any other children that... I think we've got 2 others. She's not going to have a lot of kids her age to hang out with and to play. But you know what? I was wrong. We've got Flower. We've got Junior. Which I realize should be here. Junior. She's a junior. Should be dwarven child there, I think. Hopefully that works. Yeah, dwarven child. We've got Id and Avuz. Avuz must be a new arrival as well. He's 1 year old. Socializing. I think we got one of these. I don't think all of those children were born in the fortress. I could be wrong, but he's moving around great. Okay, so yeah, see, they're coming up here. What are you doing? See, he's going to load a bolt thrower. But he didn't actually load it. So we just got... uses many bolts. We know it uses many bolts. Let's take a look and see how the bolt throwers downstairs are doing. Steel bolts, iron bolts, copper bolts. Let's have iron bolts. Bolts loaded 5. There's got to be some type of contention here between the ammunition that my squad is using. Let's take a look at this. Tough and weak. Those are seem kind of almost mutually exclusive there. Dwarf Fortress. I don't know that that's actually a really good way to do that. All right, let's go back up to... I'll get there eventually here. We've got these friendly little set up here. And I'm just going to mess with their ammo a little bit, which, you know, obviously might have some problems. Yeah, see, this is interesting. I don't know what's going on here, but this should be... This number is just all over the place. I don't know if this is like a problem with this particular patch, since this world was kind of generated... Well, it was generated. It was generated well before the Siege update patch, and I'm wondering if we're just kind of a victim of circumstance there. And yeah, let's add ammunition, bolts, and let's just, you only need 100 for crying out loud. And these will be for combat, and then we'll make them metal bolts. Okay. Yeah. Assassin is fighting with the troglodytes downstairs. Yeah, hostile downstairs. I think this is the first cavern lay. It's not far below us, which really just kind of underscores the importance of making sure these things are loaded, you guys. We can't go down to the caverns without having... Yeah, bolts loaded. Where are all the bolts? They're sitting here in this bolt thrower. Okay. You know, I'm just going to start making bolts, and let's see how far we get. And I don't know what the best type of bolt is, but we've got a ton of copper. And so we are going to make a lot of copper bolts. In fact, we're going to make 2,500. Ask me how I know. Looks like we get a snowstorm outside. Okay, storing an item in stockpile. You're busy. Everybody's working away. We've still got lots of socialization going on in the tavern. Yeah, the food's slowly climbing up, you know, no big deal. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with this. Maybe we just don't have enough. Oh, see, look it. Okay. Maybe we just don't have enough. It seems like we've got enough. Although if I give each dwarf... Oh, maybe it... No, look at that. We have tons of bolts. Although I guess the training ammo is probably a moot point at this point. Let's go to ammo. We'll just do training with both of those, combat and training. We'll remove that and delete the bone bolts. We won't make any more bolts out of bone. It's a great idea in theory. I wish I was a little bit better at guessing how this stuff worked. But sometimes you just have to play the game to get the experience, if you know what I mean. Ah. Well, there's bolts down there. And as you can see, there's a lot of them. Okay, yeah, so she's shooting. Excellent. That's fantastic. All right, so I don't know what happened. Maybe we just, like, moving those bolt throwers shook something loose. But as you can see, we are firing like crazy. We didn't do a name for this one here. Lovely. And I think we go back to places and siege engines. So we probably need to get these guys here. Loading, loading, loading. Yeah, we're going to have a ton of bolts. But we'll be able to... Man, I really wish I could group these, right? Because in, like, my cavern kill boxes, they need to be in one spot. These guys need to be in one spot. We may as well load these, or name these bolt throwers up here, because we know that those are part of our frontline defense. Front door center 1. He's ready. Locked and loaded. Front door. Center 2. Whoops. I think I did FD for the other ones, didn't I? Yeah. That's going to be south there, Ankh. Weaponsmith. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's interesting. So making bolts, I guess, turns you into a weaponsmith or helps build your weaponsmith skill. I like it. Yeah, drink is back up to 2,000. That didn't take any time at all with 3 brewers. Probably only need, like, maybe 2 brewers. Okay. Look at that one's bursting to the seams. And how are we doing on our bolt making project? Oh yeah, we're gonna have tons of bolts. It'll be fine. We're almost ready to begin digging, you guys. I don't know if I'm gonna have the miners dig with some Overwatch from our military squads, but we'll see. And, you know, we haven't actually looked at labors in a while. Let's go back to labors, if I can hit the right button. I've got the siege operators thing here, right? And we've got, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bemble. He's in the military already, though. He's an expert siege operator. So is Deadeye. Crazy Plank. You're a siege operator now. Welcome. Love it. I know we gave Crazy Plank a name. I don't remember why. Wow, that was fast. 2,500 copper bolts. All done. Oh, look at this. They're dumping them all in here. Why? Raoul Sazirzes, the Bone Doctor, withdraws from society. Well. And he's claimed a Craftsdorf's workshop. Excellent. Yeah, they're delivering a whole bunch of bolts there. And don't stand in front, Domus. Oh, there's too many of them up down here, you guys. Somebody's going to get shot. Oh, that's too many dwarves. There's way too many dwarves. This has got to be like half the fortress down here. And one guy gets to shoot a couple of times and then... Oh, dear Lord. All right, well, we'll give them some time to skill up. Our siege operators should definitely be training. And, yeah, we've got some experts already. Look at that. Tosid, Illidan, Nish. You guys could train a little bit more. Kib's a novice, but Dabbles kind of goes and does whatever he wants, you know? I want to get a mechanics workshop going here. And kind of seems like a good idea to put it on the corner here, but I think we're out of Valunite. Let's double check. We have 4. So that's a problem, clearly. And so, yeah, we're going to go up to the surface and we're going to do some mining. Because there's plenty of Valunite up here, right? It's just up here. We just got to do some channeling. Raoul is got a mysterious construction going on. That'll be enough. Hopefully. Get that mechanics workshop built up. And also, you know, I do want to keep a close eye on the loading status of these crossbows, of these bolt throwers here. This looks good. I think I should probably turn off those other training bolt throwers and hope that these get reloaded. That might be what we have to do. So we'll give them a little bit more time to train. Hopefully Dabbles gets his skill up. But we want these guys to be, you know, to be really good at their job. And so, you know, to be uber efficient, you know, death dealers, if you will. And that requires training, you know. Requires a lot of training. Okay, here comes a bunch of them. Oh, look at that. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, put it in there, and then just load those suckers up. Great job. We should probably check on our squads, too, just to make sure. All right. Some of them have more than 100 loaded. Did I see that wrong? Yeah, 102. All right. Well, when in doubt, make more bolts, I suppose, or move your bolt throwers, or maybe recreate your world. That might be helpful as well. Look at that. We're already back to plenty of drinks. Got some roasts going on there. Ral says Zirzes. The Bone Doctor has created Muz Dodak, a thin yak bone greaves. She offers it to the mighty Anvils. Let's take a look at these a thin yak bone greaves. Muz Dodak, the fungi of clasping. Down here, probably right here, I'm guessing. Yeah. Let's take a look at it. Wow, 29,500. It's a thin yak bone greaves. All Craftsdorf ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with cushioned citrine cabochons and marquee cut rock crystals, encircled with bands of yak bone, steel, and rose-cut pyrites. You use some of my steel, you filthy dwarf. This object is adorned with hanging rings of steel, again with the steel, and menaces with spikes of, you guessed it, steel. On the item is an image of Nil Clawlands, the dwarf, and Doran Stigma Bridge Prairie, the square oar. Nil Clawlands is making a plaintive gesture. Doran Stigma, the square oar, is striking a menacing pose. The arc relates to the mortal wounding of Nil Clawlands by Doran Bridge Prairie in Anvilseal in the late spring of 55. You know what? You used some steel for this, and I'm very disappointed that you did that, Ral. But I'm just going to say this. If you're going to use the steel for something, remembering one of our dwarves is probably a great way to do that. So, thank you. Nil Clawlands died in a bar brawl with Stigma, which I'm still labeling it as a murder. Episode 38, if you want to go look. And Stigma has been expelled from the fortress. So, you know what? Let's go find Nil's statue. Here it is. And we have a display case that we're going to put in there. I think it was right here. No Clawlands. Yeah. And, okay, yeah. Oh, Ral is going to do it. Perfect. If we could get you to do that install as well, that would be fantastic. But I'm not going to hold out hope. We'll add that to the temple. Rakust. The Fatal Temple. Come on. I did click it, I swear. It just takes a minute. There we go. And these are greaves. Yak bone greaves. Boom. Thank you, Ral. Random dog comes into the Temple of Rakust. I don't know what you're doing. Muthcat. Pet of Buster. Buster's dog. I don't know why he was down here. They like coming in here and just hanging out for a while, and then they leave. I don't understand it. Yeah, Mosdodak is on display. Fantastic. That makes that the value in this temple skyrocket. Yeah, 65, 5,014. What could go wrong? Has anyone been shot? Not yet. Which is... it's flabbergasting to me. I don't... Yeah, like this guy here. He just ran... Guys. How? How? Somebody is going to be shot. Oh, dear Lord. No. All right, so the question is... Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Let's stop this right here. This area is no walkie. Okay. No walkie there. Walkie, okay. Walkie, good. Walkie, okay. No walkie up here. Walking in the front of the bolt throwers. Unbelievable, you guys. Who does that? I mean, I know that they walk in front of lava. That's one thing. But, like, you can see your friend, you know, just, like... These things behave like a 50 caliber machine gun mounted on the back of a, you know, on the back of a truck. And here we are. Oh, you know, it'll be fine. I just walk between the bullets as they come out of the machine gun. Unbelievable. Hopefully they can still load them. Yeah, they can. Look at that. Click, 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 click. There's got to be 30 or 40 dwarves working this system down here. And of course, they're not shooting at the target. They're always shooting at a target that's at an angle to them. But now we just need to keep track of this. Now that I've seen two of them walking in front of the bolt thrower, how and why will forever be a mystery. Yeah, see, they're standing in front of the bolt thrower as well. It looks like they go out there to load the bolt thrower. Like this guy here. Kettle. He is loading the bolt thrower. Now he turns around and goes back and shoots it. Okay. So I think that the other folks were just trying to, like, path around their friends. I'd have to guess that they were just pathing around their friends. Although he just did it. Do I have to move these one tile closer? These things are a pain to move. I've already moved them once. It'll be fine. We got enough to, you know. Okay, these are almost all loaded. 122, 100, 102. I don't know what the max number is. This one isn't loaded yet. I guess we need to make more bolts. Because that's what happens when you have, you know, 30 bolt throwers or however many we have. Several for training. These 13 dwarves are going to be menaces behind one of these things. Let's go look at labors again. How's our siege operators looking? Professionals, adept, talented, Mayor is still not really progressing very well. Illidan, though, is a professional. Legend Carver. Oh, we need to make Legend Carver his own little station, too. I was thinking about that the other day, and I thought to myself, this can be, you know, Legend Carver needs to have his own little spot. And he's just going to be our stone statue guy, you know? To that end, what are these? Stoneworkers workshops. Go workshops. Where's my stoneworker? Here he is. Thank you. And, you know, we'll put him up here. And, you know, as you do, we could use rose gold or bismuth. We'll do bismuth. Make some bismuth going on there. Dwarves are throwing up. Why? Oh, that's because we are mining on the surface. I forgot. We needed that alunite. I'll get to the surface eventually here, guys. Yeah, look at this. There's more vomit than there is anything else. Yay for cave adaptation. Well, getting them out to do things like this, they might not like it, but I don't know, like, there's definitely ways that you can combat cave adaptation. But this is alarming. They wandered away. All right. I think it's time to, yeah, okay. So you're collecting the wayward yaks. How they got out is beyond me. I was hoping we'd be able to lock them in there, but 3 of them apparently had a mind of their own. Yeah, we need to do some flooring down here. Lovely. Excuse me. And, you know, we're just going to make some simple walkways. You know, some nice places to walk here. We can afford it. We can do our best to match these two. Please don't judge me. But can we do mica? Oh yeah, we got 800 mica. Oh dear, that's not what I wanted. We would rather have floors in that area, please. And thank you. Not walls, floors. Look at that. That's nice. Let's do microcline. This has been a long time coming, guys. I kind of got fed up with it. I'm like, I'm tired of looking at this way. Let's make it I think I just did that, but, you know. What do we got? Granite here, and then Phyllite. So we'll do a granite street here. It's not how you spell granite. All those stone workers are gonna, they're like sitting there. We're making all these blocks and nobody's using them. We've about had enough of this fortress. Dabbles, do something about our streets, please. And Dabbles, being the benevolent leader that he is. Whoops. He decided to let them build it out. We'll at least put that stuff down, you know? Like, these guys have got... The second floor's got nice little streets up there. So why not? Why not? Oh, I've got this paused. Why is this paused? Let's see. These are Phyllite, so we'll make a Phyllite, little mini Phyllite street that runs down this way. Phyllite blocks that go down to there. Just go out that way. And then this one here, I don't really know what to do. It seems like it should be orthoclase all the way down. It's a little bit of a patchwork here. That's okay. Ugh. I only have 180 of those. Yeah, we'll just go to here with the orthoclase. It's actually quite economical just to do streets. The houses are really what costs a significant chunk. Wait a second, what's going on here? We're doing Phyllite. I don't understand. I guess it's not really up to me. Man, I thought it was paving over that. This is mica. Okay. It's an odd place to start, but sure. Let's go north along this street. And that's going to be Rhyolite. There we go. That's nice. I'm so sorry, you guys. Yeah, he has siege operator. That's nice. Keep clicking on that. Let's go down to the siege operators. Yeah, Kib is now adequate. That's... Oh, I'm sorry. That's our mayor. Dabbles is talented. Kib's he's not taken to it as quite as eagerly as Dabbles is here. That's okay. All right, guys. I said orthoclase here. We're just going to change it to orthoclase and all. Stop. Why? All right. You guys are annoying. Although, to be fair, I thought that I could do this, but obviously I cannot. I'm guessing that they took the job so quickly because dwarves love construction that it didn't get the opportunity to change the streets. So we'll just cancel the orders. And we'll make it, we'll repave it. What we like to call the right way. A little bit overzealous is what I'll say. They got everything else done so quickly that I wasn't quite prepared, and I thought I had time to reorder all of this stuff. But yeah, we're ready for some streets. Ready for some streets. It's been too long. Just walking across a rough stone floor. Orthoclase. Got orthoclase selected. Do that. Do a little artsy type of thing here, as you can see. And it might be time, I'm thinking out loud, but it might be time to redo these stairwells. You know? Like, we've got these rhyolite stairwells that come down and then they stop. And maybe it's time to take that stairwell and just go all the way down to the basement. By basement, I mean, yeah, this level here. In fact, that's what we're gonna do. We can afford to make this stuff nice. Don't want to do it with silver. That's a little too costly. Make it nice, but I mean, don't make it that nice. Yeah. We're gonna be living it up, dwarves. All the way down here. How are our crossbows getting? Our bolt throwers. Why do I keep saying crossbows? Look at all the bolts nearby. That's great. All right. I think we have enough bolts. Everybody's got 100 in here. We do. It's time to dig for the cavern layers, boys and girls. I didn't think that was going to happen, but here we are. Let's go down to here. Whoops. This is going to be a relatively short shaft. There we go. Got some Alunite out of that. That'll be enough. Use some Alunite there. Lovely. Still shooting. I still can't believe nobody has been hurt with this. You know, it's a real wonder. But this works out really well. So I will do that from now on. Pro tip. Also, having a ridiculous number of bolts helps. God. And having them... I was a little afraid that this wall would get... Not having this wall would just have dwarves kind of pathing up in front of people who are, you know, taking their shots. Because, you know, it doesn't seem like dwarves really have the wherewithal to deal with shooting ranges in any general sense of the word. Like these three, look at these. You guys are... One of these, yeah, one of these could be the mayor, or it could be, you know, our baron who decides, you know, they're going to wander in front of a bunch of stray bolts, and that'll be all of the... That'll be it. It'll be curtains for them. Too bad. All right. Did we get our digging going on down here? Not yet. Okay, so someone is coming. 20, 18, 18. Can we take a look at our labors? And we've got cooks, legendaries, and high masters. We've got 4 of them. A master, a high master, a legendary, bashful as a cook. Nice. Aitan Sarveshenang. I don't even know how to say that. Is the first legendary cook. Fast asleep. I'm not really a fan of the show, but I do catch clips from time to time. First legendary cook can be... Something got suspended here. Resume, please. Lovely. Look at that. Clear garnet and native gold. We're digging somewhere. Green glass. Hey. Things are taking off here in Anvilseal, guys. There's our... Boy, I was expecting to hit cavern here. I was really expecting to hit cavern. Someone's coming. Good. I want to open those caverns up for this episode, if we can, before we're done, you know? That'd be a good feeling. Still nothing. Come on, that's got to be it. And out of an abundance of caution, too, I should probably station the squad upstairs, but I don't think there's going to be something waiting right there on -8. We shall see, though. I think we can handle it. We can station the squads there. We wouldn't even need to send the squads in, if you ask me. It's just going to be a kind of an abundance of caution, or do we want our dwarves to fight this thing? And who knows? There is a couple of forgotten beasts, I think, on level 1. There's certainly a couple in level 3, or maybe that's level 2. But the level 1 forgotten beast, we can handle it. You're kidding me. All right. Let's go for 9. I'm quite surprised. I know it's a ways down, dwarves. Can I convict Medtob? No. He's just going to go cold case then. Yeah, so she admitted to it. I don't quite understand the justice system yet. It seems weird to me. I think that might be something that they're still working on, that the developers are still working on. At least I know that Tarn has said they want to make that much more complicated. And I have mixed feelings on that. I love complicated systems. I love trying to figure them out and, see how they work. There is a limit to what you can communicate to a player in a UI. And, oh yeah, here he is. He's way down here, though, so he's in level 9. Assess him. The Forgotten Beast. He's way down here in level 9. So, that's quite a ways away from where we're digging this thing. Stray alpaca. We better just check and make sure that's not a baby making alpaca. It's gelded. Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah. It's fine. There we go. All right. Not bad. Okay, so we sunk that shaft pretty deep. And it's going to be... How does this look here? This drops into... Yeah, kind of ugly, if you ask me. But Assessum is down here. And that is... That is good-ish. Oh, look at emeralds. My greed knows no bounds. It's a big water. Big water. Okay, so where did we come in? We came in over here. We can probably cut this out. I don't really want to explore too terribly much down here, but I would like to get a place where... Gosh, look at all the zircon. I would like to get a place where we can, gather spider silk. Maybe we can even put the animals down here to pasture. It's a little bit safer down here. But let's see. Where is Assessum? Assessum is going to be way the heck down here. Or he was. Look at all of those strikes. That one dwarf. Amazing job. All right. Well, yeah, so we can do this one here. We can sink another shaft. I think we can get this secure. This is a tower cap. Okay. Yeah, so... I don't know if Assessum can climb up here. I guess we could find out. I guess we can't really tell. Has this thing killed anything? 12, a dozen troglodytes. Okay, so there are trogs down here. But he's wandering right now, so that's okay. Let's get... How do I want to handle this? I've never... You know what? If I'm completely honest, I've never really done... I've never really done a fortress where I've spent any significant amount of time in the caverns. Which that might... I don't know. I played this game a lot for me, and I've never seen it. I've never really dealt with it. So this is all new territory for Ankh. And I'm talking like he's not in the room. So we're going to proceed with, you know, an abundance of caution. And hopefully, oh, you know what? I think we should do this as well. I totally forgot to do this. But we've got this thing called a burrow. And we want to do some painting on this. You see how we've got this area is part of the burrow. So we're going to make this part of the burrow. And this part of the burrow. And then even this will be part of the burrow. But this will not. And what that will do is we can, you know, the dwarves can be in the burrow and still firing like crazy at this thing. One thing that I've thought about here too, and this might not be possible given some of the technical limitations because this is an old world, but it might be bad to have the dwarves just right behind these fortifications here while they're shooting. If something's spitting fire or magic or, you know, deadly dust or something like that, I think that there's a way for that to go through those fortifications. So, you know, we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. But it looks like you can go from one side of the caverns to the other here, which is interesting, right? Like I could go, if I could swim, I would swim under here and then come up on this side and be in this section of the caverns, even though these are probably connected here. But like this area here seems like a real nice spot to kind of settle down a little bit. There's a bunch of tourmalines and whatnot. We could probably build up the walls, and there's a ton of trees down here. That would be nice. Have access to some more wood out here in the cavern layers. Ooh, Deadeye's getting attached to a silver warhammer. That's exciting. It might be time for those dwarves to start taking some time off, if that makes sense. And this is, can I mine that tower cap? No. Can't do anything with it. Can I build over it? Yeah, blocked at this location. Oh, no access. Okay. But yeah, there you have it. We are into the caverns. And I think what we'll do is we'll kind of roll along through here. Looks like this is a good place to start. At least for now. I would like to make sure that Assessum cannot get in here. Or yeah, you just need to keep an eye on him, really. Athrig? Oh, Athrig is down here as well. Interesting. He's much closer, too. Much closer. All right, so we're going to dig a little tunnel that goes through here and pops out here. That will be our goal. We'll come out right here. And I'll put a couple airlock doors down in here as well, you know? And we'll get these guys dug out as well. And we'll just supplement with rhyolite blocks here. Nice. We'll get it eventually. But this first cavern layer is going to be great. This will be a little forward base of operation, I suppose. And, you know, we can do some stuff with it. What I really hope will happen... Here's a sesame. Oh, no, that's not a sesame. Where did he go? Oh, a sesame is way down. That's the third cavern layer. At least that's what it looks like to me. Right? This color is usually associated with the third cavern layer. Okay. Let's go back here. Drop down here. And I think that we'll just make another little... Oh, can I not assign a hotkey? Oh, maybe not. Interesting. Okay, Shift F1. F2. Shift F1. Whoops. Yeah, that works. Cool. I didn't realize that they allowed shift keys on your function keys. We haven't been paying attention to these guys just to make sure that they don't have any construction stuff going on, and they don't, so that's fine. Throw some granite doors down. Uh-oh. I just noticed that. That's going to be a problem. One dwarf down here, digging. Latast. Latast Toolstabbed. It's a fairly unique name. I can already hear the clattering of wheelbarrows, too, as we've got these granite boulders. Again, I think I've said this before, but I have never seen a group of dwarves quite so zealous about using wheelbarrows And had I known that, I would have made wheelbarrows in every other fort that I have. Such that it is, though. Moods are starting to recover. We still got a couple of dwarves that are relatively unsatisfied. Those are probably going to be, Stumpy and his crew. But yeah. Okay, folks. Seems like a great place to end it. Thanks for joining me here in Anvilseal for episode number 49. I can't believe we've gone this far. And welcoming the Forgotten Beast, Kona Efasi Otira, as well. But thanks for being here. I hope you've enjoyed your time with me. And as you go on about your day, well, don't forget to hit somebody with some kindness. And we'll see you next time.